What's up, mother truckers? We are the Thralls of Metal with Necrotic Nick, and I'm Shredlord over here, bringing you the original Son of Northern Darkness, the album review of Mr. Abbath.
With his new album, Outstrider, out on Season of Mist, this is one of my most anticipated records this year. I've been waiting to jam this one as soon as I started teasing the first tracks. And, well, I mean, it's what you come to expect from Abbath. After leaving Immortal in 2015, he forged out on his own. His first solo album, I thought, was really incredible as well. This continues on that trail, but I think even amps it up a bit. I think the songwriting is stronger on this one. Like, right away, it opens up with Calm and Ire of Hurricane, which really sets the mood with some windy samples, like a storm rolling in, and then into...
You know the shit's coming.
Yeah, these epic black metal riffs. Like, these are the token riffs you expect from Abbath, and it just sounds epic right from the get-go, and that is the pace.
Do you hear that, Randy? It's the winds of shit, boy. The winds of shit are coming.
Yeah, right away, I dug this. And I knew that was the first track they ever teased, too. And going through the album, it really changes around a lot of things. Like, we have some thrashier moments. I particularly cared for the track, The Artifacts.
Yes.
With an X. Very thrashy, reminds me of early Sodom, or even early Crater, like sort of proto-black metal sound, maybe in some Bathory, which they do cover on this album, too. Even the Damned in Black era of Immortal, where they really took on a black and thrash sound, and kind of, maybe jostled their fans a little bit, like, what the hell are you doing? But they executed that one really well, too.
The thing that I enjoyed is that new guitar player with Abbath, because it adds a different element. It's very shreddy, it's very cool leads, but it was never too much.
Tasteful.
It was always very tasteful and in the appropriate spots. And to have that element that's a little bit newer element to the album or albums was really exciting for me to hear as a guitar player, man. There's some really fucking solid moments of some just shredding balls.
Yeah, there was actually one on here that, the solo on Scythe Winder, or Winder,
Yes.
whatever.
A play on Sidewinder, I'm sure.
But I thought the solo came off as very blues-drenched, and that really isn't a thing you heard in Immortal before. And it's pretty much just showing that Abbath is really trying to create his own identity here, but still definitely playing to his strengths. 100%. Like, why abandon that sound? Immortal is legendary.
Yeah.
And he was
one of the main reasons why that sound was the way it was.
100%. Another standout for me was the title track.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit. That is one of the most epic songs he's ever written. It bookends with this beautiful acoustic intro and then moves into the outro too. It is an epic death march with the catchiest riff on the album, I think.
And it's not too long either.
Nope.
Like it almost leaves you wanting a little more. At
Yeah,
the end,
actually,
you're like,
I could have stood like another minute and a half of that riff, and it wouldn't have got old. Like, it was strong right away. Like, the goosebumps. Look at this shit. It's there thinking about that riff.
About it.
It was awesome. Absolutely fucking amazing. I did have maybe one issue with it. The song Lake of Chem. I love the song.
I love it.
I don't like the fact that the fade out ends on such a point where you think that could continue. Because the riff that it's ending on is awesome. You think they're moving into another part and they're building into another longer song, but it kind of just tails off. It's like,
You almost feel like you're leaving epicness on the table.
There was epicness on the table, and it wasn't seized. Some of the vocal parts, like, I love Abbath's voice. He has that awesome Wishmaster-ish voice, but some of his howls I thought were a little off-putting, but not enough to ruin a song or even a moment. It was just like, maybe like a good growl there would have been nice. And when you compare the production to the cover at the end, Pace Till Death, originally done by Bathory, you notice that it sounds different. The production's a little bit heavier, a little bit grittier. The guitar tone's heavier. The bass is up in the mix.
Definitely done on purpose.
Yeah. And I kind of, after listening to that, I kind of wanted to hear a little bit more of that in the rest of the album, because I thought the guitar tone brought up in the mix and the bass brought up in the mix. I had an extra heft to it. But all in all, I can't really complain about the composition at all in this album. It's stellar.
Yeah, and the one thing that I really enjoyed is the injections of melody. He's always been good about putting in melody, but not too much to where it's overdone.
Yeah.
It still keeps the black metal feel, but it's enough contrast and melody to give it the atmospheric sound and to give it a little bit of a uniqueness when you're just chugging away on them low E riffs. It was done just right, tasteful. He's always been very tasteful with the songwriting.
It's full and atmospheric. It's very immersive. Like, you get kind of caught in the mood. Like, We listened to this in July, and it felt like winter down here, not just because the AC's on. But he's about creating that feel all throughout, and it just permeates the entire album. I fucking love it.
As far as this goes for me, I've been eagerly anticipating this album as well. Being a big Immortal fan from back in the day, as Nick is as well. I knew he wouldn't let me down. This dude doesn't let me down really much at all. He's an amazing stoner with a great sense of humor. He's fucking awesome, and he writes some of the most brutalist shit ever. I didn't know what to expect, but I knew I wasn't going to be disappointed. I loved pretty much every track from start to finish. The Bathory cover was incredibly titties, done really well. I don't have any personal complaints. To me, for what it was and for who it came from and from what I expected from this album, this is a perfect album for me. I straight up gave this a 5 out of 5. I'm a big Abbath fan, and I was ready for this album, and it did not disappoint me at all.
I've only got one perfect review on the table. This one came close. I gave it 4.5. I think it is a strong album. I think it's even stronger than his previous album, and that made my year-end list that year. So this is probably going to be on my year-end list because I love it. He's one of the best songwriters in black metal. And I love the sound of this overall album. It has a great feel to it. Like I said, he creates moods too, not just cool songs. So 4.5, solid album. Buy this shit. Don't download it. Just buy it. Buy a physical copy of this shit. It's awesome.
Buy the shit. There's even special editions with the face paint.
Yeah, with corpse paint. Get yourself some corpse paint.
Yeah, everyone needs corpse paint. Or if you have an abundance of corpse paint. Maybe little Timmy or little Jonathan needs a little corpse paint, huh? Maybe little Timmy wants to run around in his corpse paint. Don't rob little Timothy of his chance to be doom and gloom as well.
Why can't he drink goat's blood and burn down churches? I mean, seriously, I feel like we're hampering this kid's style.
Dude, he just needs some.
He's trying to express himself.
To buy him corpse paint. So please throw all your money at this. It's awesome.
So if you like the review, give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe. We do album reviews and shit all the time.
Please like us. We look to your likes for our own self-esteem.
Don't make Joe cry. Don't do it. That's too late.
It's okay. Finish up.
Got a case of the vapors. We'll see you again. Take care. Peace.